Well, greetings. This is Ron.
And it's Fellonius, and we're back with Chapping, and we have number 4, I think.
I think so too. This is the show in which two chaps in completely different continents come together and yap about some topics, but we each bring one topic that's a mystery to the other person, and we try to see if we can catch the other person off guard and see what they think about it.
And it's not easy, I must say. We are good chapping guys.
And we never know what direction these topics are going to take.
Nope. We have no idea.
So my first topic this week is Harrison Ford. Now,
he's an actor.
He is an actor, and hopefully everyone knows about him. But we're getting a lot of Star Wars movies. In fact, we're getting a Han Solo origin story in 2 years. So, but the reason I want to talk about Harrison Ford, and indirectly, my topic's not really about Harrison Ford, but when I was in high school, I met a guy who became one of my best friends and eventually became the best man at my wedding, and had lots of different adventures with him, etc. His name was Dan, and I have not talked about him yet on my Let's Talk series, but he's next on the list. But anyway, when I met him, and the first time I ever went to his house and saw his bedroom, I walked in and I was quite surprised because in his bedroom he had a life-size cardboard cutout stand-up of Harrison Ford.
Okay.
In Indiana Jones costume. He had Harrison Ford posters on his wall. He had signed autograph of Harrison Ford on his desk and things like that. And I thought, now I love Harrison Ford. I love Indiana Jones, Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
I've liked all of his other movies, but I've never seen anyone. This is the first time in my life that I ever came across anyone who was a fan of somebody, of a celebrity, who wanted autographs, who followed their work, who could talk about their career. It never occurred. It never occurred.
You haven't ever done that yourself?
Well, up until that point, I had watched movies and I had recognized certain actors in TV shows and movies, but I could probably barely name any of them. And I had no curiosity about who they were in real life or to see them as an idol. It just never occurred to me until I met Dan, and then from that point on, it just like awakened. Hey, I should be thinking about these people, and I've come to like Tom Hanks, and I've come to like some other celebrities, but Harrison Ford was the first one that I ever knew of that was idolized, and this whole sort of fan thing first became aware of it through Harrison Ford. Now, do you have any celebrity idols?
Mine was mostly from the musical theater, of course.
Okay.
There were Beatles, John Lennon and Paul McCartney especially. But in the other stuff, I had Errol Flynn as one of my idols, and of course Jimmy Stewart. It was a very big fan of him, but as I'm not living in the States, I couldn't get his autograph or anything.
Right.
But I was collecting film cards and stuff, and I was having just some of them was especially meaning something for me. But I'm a collector, so I collect anything that can get in my way. If I get many stuff of anything, then I will like it.
Yeah.
But it's fun that you said just Harrison Ford, because we have all seen Harrison Ford driving a 55 Chevy in a movie, and we didn't know it was him until he came in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was, what? Hold it. I've seen this guy before. No, I haven't. He's Han Solo. He can't be.
I'm pretty sure I haven't even seen that movie, and for some reason, I cannot even think of what it's called off the top of my head.
American Graffiti.
Yes. I don't think I've ever seen American Graffiti.
Well, it's a very good movie, and it's George Lucas as well.
That's going on my list. I'm not sure how I missed it. Maybe I saw it and I don't remember it.
Have you seen THX 1138?
Yes, I definitely have.
Good one.
Now, and did you you probably already know this. I'm writing down American Graffiti, but have you seen Rogue One?
Nope, I haven't.
Okay, and then I can't say too much, but there's a scene.
You can't say anything. Yeah, there's no problem.
Well, there's a scene in there that pays tribute to THX 1138. It's a really cool Easter egg.
Okay.
And one time, actually, you might remember, I did a Minecraft. I tried to do a survival world based on THX 1138, where it was just the endless flat land.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that the series was very interesting, but
don't remember it, so I say no.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I'm an honest guy, so why not?
Yeah.
Still, back to Harrison Ford, or should you say back to idols?
Yeah. I also I've read some books about fandoms, and certainly J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter author, has many fan sites and people that write about her and follow her and all this stuff. And I've read a few books about fandom in the past years, and it's really an interesting thing when somebody gets to meet somebody who's a real fan of an actor, not just their characters, and gets to actually meet them. And even if it's just to shake hands and say thank you and get an autograph or a picture or whatever, but you just get so energized from that. It's a really weird, it's like a one-way relationship, but it's so powerful. It's almost more powerful than when you see your friend just walking down the street. This whole celebrity or idol concept is a strange one for us, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is for me, because in Sweden we don't have that level of it. I think you are having it overraised, and probably there's some psychological effect that is actually in PC. Well, let me tell you a little story then. We also have very good actors in Sweden, but they are more like, well, your common neighbor or anything when you meet them. I have one Swedish actor who's called Björn Kjellman, and you've never heard of him. I probably can tell you that straight off. But for me, he was a very good actor. He was always putting the lines perfect, and he was just, it was so nice to see a professional work with the stuff that he did, because the movies were not that good, but his work was actually excellent. And, well, suddenly I'm working just for a couple of months at the Swedish radio station, and for some reason, that guy, Björn Kjellman, is going to pass our radio station, be having an interview on radio, and then he will go away. It was just an ordinary Wednesday. And for some reason, when I heard that, I was going, one of my, dear. And I was getting, so excited. And when they heard about, is that one of your fan of his? Oh, yes, he's, I was totally going bananas. Couldn't even talk, probably. And they say, okay, then you'll just sit and have a cup of coffee with him and make sure that he's okay up to the interview. And I was thinking, no, this is going to go totally wrong. This is not going to go well. Now, that guy, we sat down, we had a cup of coffee. I told him that I was a big fan of his. And he was just, that's nice. And then suddenly, he was just Mr. Svensson just next door. He was nobody. He was just an ordinary human being. He was not being an actor. He just talked, and we talked about the radio and media, and I told him that I didn't have much experience, and he was more interested in my life than I was in his life, and I was thinking, something's not really right here. And that's my opinion as well, because I think that normally when you get to the private part of these people, they are just like you and me. And they go to the John as well. They do. Even the king does that. So I think that I don't get to that level, not now anymore at least. Of course, I can still enjoy one special actor, like, well, I don't know, Meryl Streep is one of my favorites among yours. I want to see everything that she made, but still, not the level that you have. But is it a psychological effect that we are trying to get? Is it because our life is so dull that we think we can add their lives into ours?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly some kernel of truth there. I don't.
There has to be, because there's no real reason to be that excited. Yeah. Oh dear, that's hell again.
So that's my thought of my first thought of Harrison Ford.
Well, that wasn't Harrison Ford. That was fandom. That has nothing to do with Harrison Ford. We still have Indiana Jones to cover, I can tell you that. Now, let's go over to something really, really, really important.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Now, I'm going to make some guesses, and you just say yes and no, please, Ron.
Okay.
You have a living room.
Yes.
And in that living room, what is the most important piece of furniture?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yes.
I would say the couch.
Yes. I say yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the problem. And your couch, is that a corner couch? Corner sofa?
It turns a corner, yes. It has like an L shape. It's actually like a half circle, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that big. Okay. And it's like a divan or something that you can lie on and watch TV, right?
Sure.
And the sofa is pointed towards the TV.
More or less, yes.
Yes. How many can fit on it?
Well, as you said, it is a big sofa. I would say 6 to 8 comfortably. It's actually one that we used to have in our basement with a big giant TV, but when we moved here, we got rid of our couch. So normally in my mind, in a living room, you would have a 3-seat couch and a 2-seat love seat.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 individual reclining chairs or something like that.
Yes, we usually have 3-2-1. That we have one armchair, 2 sofas. One is going to be 2-seater, and one is going to be a 3-seater.
Yeah. We put it in that room temporarily, though, just because we moved in. This was just 2 years ago, and we got rid of our old couch, and this was supposed to be temporary, and we don't really like it in there, to be honest. It's a little too low.
I'm telling you, we are so serious here. Right, good. Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay.
And inside that living room, this sofa is placed in the middle, right? It has so that you can move around it all the way around.
No, it's up against 2 walls. It's in a corner, sort of.
Okay, so your dog has somewhere to go hiding, right? He's a bit big.
Not really in that. No, we try. No, not really. I mean, he has he goes in a separate room. He has a crate that he can go in.
Yeah, probably more thinking about it. Now, that you have the Swedish version of a living room, because in Sweden we have one piece that is very important, and that's the telly, of course. Wherever the television is set, everything else is set accordingly. Mm-hmm. Everything, including paintings on the wall and all of the stuff. So anything that we have to have according to the television. Now, the problem with our living rooms that we cannot fit a big giant sofa that you have. That's too big for us, because our apartments and houses are having a very small living room. You should probably not be more than 5 persons inside it anyway.
Yeah. No, this is a unique situation, but
yes, in your case.
Generally, I agree.
Yeah. Now, I don't like corner sofas. I don't like corner sofas at all unless they are practical. Mm-hmm. So we have to divide them into 2 things. There are corner sofas that you can remake to make beds. So when your stupid cousin, when all his stupid kids come to visit, they have somewhere to lie and sleep. These are good sofas, anyway you find them. And then we have the other stuff where you can't make them beds.
Yeah, but we used to have a fold-out sofa bed, and that mattress with the metal bars under it was terrible. I don't know who would ever want to sleep on that.
I've never said it was practical that way, but they are at least there, and it's only for stupid cousins, so they can lie on whatever they want.
Okay.
Right? Are you with me so far?
Yeah, I'm so far with you.
Okay. Now, I don't like corner sofas for two big reasons. First of all, you cannot sit in the corner. I have never made it possible. And we also have a very low coffee table in front of us. Yeah. So in order to get to that coffee cup that is mine, I have to somewhere get my shoulders away from the other two guys that are sitting next to me, because I'm in the corner. No, not anymore. And then get to my coffee. And then I have to go up out of the couch in order to get to my coffee cup. That's not really that's what making me this strange feeling. I hate corner sofas.
Okay.
And then we have the other thing. It's not practical to have it in our living rooms, because it always covers up either a door to the balcony or the element, the heating element, the heating stuff.
Yeah.
And you really don't want that. And thirdly, it collects dust and crap inside and outside of the corner. Behind the sofa is really where you don't really go and clean, because it's hard to get to that place. Mm-hmm. And my two best friends are having two minor dogs. And you can just guess wherever they hide their bones and meals and wherever they want. And it lies there, inside, down about at that corner, near the heater. And it's not really good, is it?
No. Yeah, no, we don't let the dog go behind the sofa.
That's okay.
I know as a kid, I used to always try to sneak back and lay back behind the sofa on those heating vents into my little secret clubhouse where no one knew where I was. And I know, like, we've had little kids over. They're always trying to go behind the sofa for some reason. So it's a little.
There's hard things to do in order to solve this problem, because that's what I think we should do. You and me, Ron, we need to solve this problem.
Okay.
Yes, this is serious matters. We need to solve this problem. And I have not really come up with any good idea, except for having the normal 3-2-1 or 3-1-1. But that always gives us just 5-seater. And in your case, you have 8 to 10 people. I mean, that's good. That's a good sofa. Because you can at least get people to sit. Even if they are sitting in the corner, you can always put the kids there, I suspect. But still, in our case, we have I guess we can only get 6 people into that corner sofa that we are using, mainly because we are pretty big. Swedish people are pretty big. Obese.
Maybe I'm thinking about my couch. Maybe it's only like 6 people, not 8. That seems too big, but.
No, never mind.
I mean,
now I've been thinking, of course, why do we put them in the corner? Why don't we have like one side is on towards a wall and the other one is free? That is having nothing behind it.
Right.
I mean, I've seen people trying to furnish it that way, but they don't succeed very well, because in Sweden the living rooms are too small.
Well, so in the last house we were in, we had a dining room / living room that was all one big room.
Okay.
And the floor of the dining room was wood, and the floor of the living room part was carpet. And so we did have our couch sort of dissecting the room. So it was facing the living room, but
That's
the back
cool.
was to the dining room. Yeah,
Cool.
And you could still walk around it to get, to one or the other.
Yeah.
And then behind it, we had what we called like a couch table or a sofa table, which is like a bit higher. It's up to the back of the seat, and it's narrow. It's probably only 6 inches, but it goes up against the back of the couch. So when you're in the dining room, you're not looking at the back of a couch. You see a nice table there or whatever.
That was cool.
Yeah, so we've done that. And
so that is possible, at least.
Yeah, and like my grandmother's house, she does have a sofa against one wall, but then she has 2 rocking chairs that are kind of freestanding in the middle of the room. So rocking chairs, that's another alternative, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I don't have a sofa because I'm alone, so I only have an armchair, but still, a rocking chair, that would be cool. Now, the problem is that the Swedish living rooms are too small. Mm-hmm. And that means that we need to get rid of other stuff, right? So what else do we have except the television and the couch? We have a lot of cabinets and stuff.
Okay.
What do we need them for? I mean, there's no use having a lot of stuff going up that we have to dust all the time.
You need them to hold all your DVDs.
Yeah, that's cool. You can always have just, well, now you're talking. So it's either Nintendo or the couch. We are not going to solve this in a jiffy, are we?
No. Yeah.
I have to keep on thinking about getting this right.
Now, I just want to say one more thing. So our couch is actually facing the fireplace.
Okay.
Which the room centers around the fireplace. It just so happens that we put the TV up on the wall above the fireplace. But I would say
then you have the old style, where the fireplace actually was the center of attraction in a living room.
Yeah, and
when they started having living rooms, that is.
Yeah, and for me, day to day, when people come over, we have the TV maybe on to like a music channel.
Yeah, it's like radio.
But to me, if no one's over, I almost never put the TV on anymore. So it's not the center of my living room anymore.
Well, in Sweden, it's usually on all day long. They start by going there, the first thing they do, and then it's the last thing they turn off.
Yeah.
Typical Swedes. I suspect if there's any Swede listening to this, you can change our minds by leaving some comments.
Yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about in a future episode. We are
the couch problem. That's also news.
We should have said we are recording a lot of these in advance, and so it may be a few episodes until we acknowledge anything you put in the comments, but we will.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Love this.
Bye.